86. Oh, get 86. 86 the chicken.
Yep, because I've already pressed the button.
Hi, welcome to That's the Thing 2 Overture. It is episode 86, and it is Wednesday, October the 9th.
Yep. The
I'm your
prelude.
host this week, Drew.
Yeah, I'm Kevin. Prelude to Hurricane 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
People think that they're.
If you're in... Go ahead.
Uh-oh. You cut out
No,
Drew.
I'm here.
Okay.
No, I'm here.
I was gonna
No, I
talk
said go
about.
ahead.
Oh, I was gonna talk about the people who think that they think there's like a weather control device, and that they're the Democrats are manipulating storms to happen.
Meanwhile, you can literally look at the price of gas on an election year when there's a Democratic incumbent and see it always goes up.
Oh yeah, suspicious, concerning,
Like, oh my God, these fucking
concerning,
Facebook experts.
concerning, Drew. I'll have to look into this.
Do you remember the meme when Facebook went down during COVID and it was just a man on the toilet? And it's like, COVID research hits massive stall.
I did not, but that's good. No, that's because see, social media is a mistake. It's a mistake.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It is the same. I don't think it's a mistake, but not like we require people to have a license to drive a car, and that's still not enough. Like,
No,
it still does not impact the knowledge of the danger of this vehicle.
I subscribe to like the social theories of like humanity as like your monkey brain is not capable of sustaining that many relationships and information like you can't deal with like 100,000 different opinions at once, or it's that sort of deal.
Yeah, and like especially the first generation of people getting hit by social media, just don't stand a chance.
Well,
You know, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's sadly it's like who's getting scammed. It's the old people on Facebook who are confused.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't born in the mines.
They don't even know they've clicked the scam button.
They saw that pigeon with the muscular arms and they said science has indeed gone too far.
Yeah. You know the problem that Yellowstone hit when they were trying to get better trash cans?
Oh yeah, the bear trash can problem, where if you make a
Yeah.
trash can that a bear can't open, then a human can't either.
Yep. There's a large overlap between the smartest of bears and the dumbest of humans.
Eh, that's still a problem.
Can't wait for the bear overlords. Wonder how they're gonna deal with social
Oh,
media when they hit that.
oh, it'll be bad. It'll be like it'll be like some kind of cave network, like cave crawl.
It's no, actually, I think their social media is literally rubbing like their smells onto trees,
That's pretty
and then
good.
you come along and sniff, and you're like, "Oh, that's who's been here. Let me
So
know.
what you're
I'm gonna
telling
give this
me
a like."
is that no, what you're telling me is that bears operate on the old school message board slash forum format where you do your post and this you do your post on a bear as probably on a post, and then other viewers come and read that post.
Uh-huh. And then they leave their comments on that post,
Exactly.
and then you come back and you give it the sniff, and you're like, "Oh, these are some good comments."
Oh wow, we're so yeah, we need to return to bear.
It's yeah, God, it really is. Social media should be a once a day thing, maybe twice. Like
Well,
there should be have to go out of your way to engage with social media.
it's what made the internet forums and stuff the good, where you'd have to go there and then you'd have to follow the norms and rules of the thing because you didn't want to get banned. Because there was only like 3 Pokemon forums, and if you go in there
Uh,
being a jerk and they ban you, then you're done.
and guess what? That everyone on that Pokemon forum, they're on the other two. So they're like, "Oh, it's this jerk. Hey,
Get them.
he's already banned from here, so keep an eye on him."
Yeah, just get it. Listen,
So yeah, actually, you're correct. The problem is there's no moderation on social media.
Like
because it's not profitable to moderate.
no, because you want like in the internet trolling and flaming in the olden days that gets you banned from the forums. But now it's like
Uh-huh.
no, that's what people do. You'll see posts
Hmm.
on like Twitter or like Facebook or whatever. It's like someone trying to say something stupid and wrong objectively, so then people
Hmm.
engage with it.
Listen, it used to be having more people on your forum would cost you more money. Now having more people gains you more money. So
Yeah,
why would I ban anyone?
yeah, and I'm not even talking about like TikTok and stuff. I ain't on that. That's one Zoomer line I refuse to cross.
I'm just not on it because I think it would consume a lot of time. And also, if the Twitter likes have taught me anything, it's way too much work for me to rebuild not even a following of
No,
myself,
it's the
but to rebuild
algorithm.
a follow to build a follower list of like who do I like and who do I want to
I
follow.
don't even know if it works like that on TikTok. I think it's like always the algorithm.
No, you can still follow people and it will still give you like it'll give you their most recent stuff. It's still like a home feed and everything.
Okay, because I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
then there's also just a home feed where it is just like, Reddit front page where here's the big stuff for today. Here's what everyone's watching and talking about and stealing and posting themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, I need to know that
Okay.
AI short video where it's just an AI voice summary of a movie where it goes, and then this happened. He went over to the thing, and something new happened. A monster came out. That monster, of course, was the alien. The alien was the monster. It attacked
Oh,
him.
we gotta talk about Alien.
Oh, talk about Alien.
So okay,
What have you
so
been
I
telling
I'm
about
now
Alien?
I'm now Alien 1 through 4,
Okay.
1 through Resurrection,
How do you
1 through H2O.
All right, so how do you feel about aliens in your current alien adventure?
So my current tier list is obviously Alien is top, is number one.
Okay.
But then I'm gonna say I think I like Resurrection as the second, as number two,
Ooh.
and then Aliens, and then Alien 3 or
See,
Alien Cubed.
I am an aliens over alien enjoyer. I like aliens. I think Alien is probably it's one of those like I think Alien's the better movie, but I enjoy Aliens more.
Yeah,
So, but I like mine is Aliens, then Alien, then Resurrection, then 3.
that's interesting because I think Resurrection has much more like the same as Aliens,
Yeah.
and then it's just a flavor choice of do you like it James Cameron or do you like it as fucking French McGee who somehow conned Hollywood into giving him the Alien
There are
movie.
stuff in Alien Resurrection I like. I
Yeah,
think
like when the Chimera ants show up,
yes, literally. No, there's things like
I did not expect that.
no,
It's like, oh, that's where Takashi got it. Okay.
there's stuff in Alien Resurrection that I think is like I think that movie gets hated on too much. It's
Yeah,
one
I don't get it.
it's
Like
like
Alien 3 is way worse because it's just
I did
boring.
not like Alien 3. But there's like
Like,
stuff in Alien Resurrection. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah, there's just ideas in it that are good. And
It
then like that guy's movies are always like the monstrous side of humanity being misunderstood, but also some of them are just also monsters.
Listen, Alien Resurrection has the scene where Ripley finds all the mutated Ripley clones and they're saying,
Yep.
"Kill me."
Well,
That
only one is.
well, but that's
The
cool.
rest, yeah, that was a really
That's
good
really
moment of just
cool.
like, cause too, it's like you keep seeing and they keep saying Ripley 8, and it's like, oh no, where are the other 7?
Yo, she did
And they're
that.
all
She did
here, the
that
other
backwards
7.
basketball shot.
Yep.
Yo, remember when Alien? Remember when the
I think that's
aliens?
fine. In context, I think that's fine.
I think no.
But underwater,
I was gonna say when they were like bleeding themselves to get out of the cage.
oh no, they didn't even do. It's worse than that. And they kill one of
Yeah,
their own, and like you can
exactly.
see, they're like having a conversation. Two of them are mean, and one's like not mean, and you can tell it's like, no, don't kill me.
So I was because I also saw it was It was Cameron from Range Touch. He talked about how he's reading all like the Dark Horse Alien comics, which I
Yeah,
also
I
really
saw that.
like. And I feel like Alien Resurrection has the vibe of the Dark Horse Aliens comics.
Yeah, like I don't know if that's where the movie started borrowing from the
It
comics,
feels
or if
like
that's
I think they're just in the
a
same.
launching port that informed the comics going forward.
Because the comics came before Alien. Like the comics were in the 90s. They were around like Alien
So
3.
is so is okay.
So they're older.
They're around Alien Cubed
Yeah,
because
they're
Resurrection came out in like late '90s.
yeah, no, the like 94, like that kind of era. That's when like the Aliens
Yep.
comics were. I don't know if he was inspired by the Aliens comics or they were just thinking of the same thing, but there's like stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like the how the aliens behave. The idea of like the failed like experiment trying to experiment on the aliens and it didn't work at all. It's great.
It's then I don't. I really like the. I like the
The
Ripley's
hybrid.
baby. Yeah.
It's cool.
It feels weird to say hybrid because that's what xenomorphs are anyway.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
gotta you gotta go with what it is.
Yeah. The Gen 2 xenomorph.
Yeah. The one that should
I
have
love.
been the monster in Prometheus.
Yeah. Because it's so good of like,
It
you
had
can tell it just doesn't know how to process its own
no,
emotions.
it doesn't know what it's doing. And it has like the human skull face, and it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. I love that thing. Didn't it like originally have like a penis on it?
I don't know. I thought
There's
it was a girl.
there was something where like on the one of like the concept art of it, it had like exposed human genitalia, and then they like
I believe it.
edited it out for the movie because they're like that's a bit much. But I'm like, no, it's a Geiger alien.
Yep.
They're already human genitalia. That's the whole point.
Yep. They're just rapey, the species.
Yeah, it's the uncomfortable of sexuality. That is like key to Alien. It's why some of those Dark Horse comics are good. They are good. They're that kind of good. They're like I'm trying to consider like I like it, it's good, but I'm not gonna say this is like high art or anything. Maybe
Uh, yeah, I know what you mean.
maybe I would say like Alien Resurrection is that kind of thing where it's like, yeah, this is a bit trashy and a bit basic, but I still really like it and there's stuff there.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to transcend.
It's a speed grapher.
Yes, yes, it is a speed
It's a
grapher.
speed
That
grapher
yes, yes, that encapsulates that movie perfectly.
where you're
Where
all
it has ideas and thoughts,
just can't
and then
quite do it.
and it has a director who wants to explore those ideas and thoughts. And then I wonder how much executives are like, but no, this is supposed to be a big blockbuster movie. You can't have a giant penis on your alien monster. It's like, no, do you not see?
Do
We
not
need
see the
the giant
penis.
penis. The phallus represents the human's failed greed and lust.
You see where the alien has the penis on the head, where our hybrid has the penis on the penis.
Oh, because it is the hybrid.
It's hybrid. It exposes ourself. And
Do
you're
you
like,
see the hybrid? The penis head is going into its own spinal column.
it is absorbing itself as our sexuality is within, where the aliens is extensively without, where they are. And you're like, oh, okay.
What? Okay, there's thoughts here. There's ideas here.
There is ideas here. Also, making pregnant alien queen did not work out too well.
Nope. And I will say that ties in the only good part of Alien 3. It's like when Ripley like self-sacrifices, and it's just like, oh, do you see the imagery? Do you see? That's the closest to speed grapher it gets, and it doesn't get there quite enough.
No.
And also, they kill Newt, and I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no, Newt should have gotten out of there. Apparently, they're making like a new Alien like Resurrection
Yeah.
video game.
Oh yeah, they're making a sequel to Isolation.
Yeah, we're based in Alien Pilled here. I like
Yep.
I'm always down for the aliens. It's one of those.
I am. I'm not. I'm excited to watch Prometheus because that movie's very divisive, and I want to see. And then I'm not excited to watch Covenant because I've seen a lot of that one already.
Aliens is weird because it's similar to I guess like even more so than Predator. There's like when it's good, it hits really hard, but then it's also
Uh
like
huh.
really bad. There's some
Because yeah,
really
when it hits, it's like there's metaphor and deeper meaning. When Predator hits, it's just like, oh, he killed that guy, sick.
it's cool. I would say there's like two
And
good
so
Predator, well, two maybe three good
I would
Predator
say there
movies.
are, yeah, it's
There's three
Predator, Predators,
and Prey.
Prey, and Alien versus Predator is almost a good movie.
I think
There's just
Alien
not
versus
enough.
Predator 2 is slightly better. It's close.
Really, really,
I think it's better than
that's
one. I
bold.
think 2 is better
That
than
is
one.
bold. I think the first one is just like a little too flaccid, and I think the second one is just bad.
See, I think the first one's flaw is that they made it PG-13, so they couldn't have any
Yep.
proper
No. Yep.
kills.
Yep. That was
I
100% that one's
I
problem.
want like
That's why it's flaccid.
yeah, because the monsters couldn't do their thing, so they didn't feel like Alien didn't feel like threatening because it couldn't kill humans and dismember
Yeah.
them. Neither could Predator. You can only like so it's just
Yeah.
kind of yeah.
I mean, Predator. The first one has the sick part of the Predator picking up the old man and seeing he's riddled with cancer and just throwing him aside. It's like
Yeah.
you're nothing. You're not a worthy kill. And then he flamethrowers the Predator, and then the Predator's like, okay, maybe I was wrong.
So when are you going to start reading all the Dark Horse comics and or books?
Uh, Probably when a humble bundle comes out that has like all of them for
One of the omnibuses
$10.
or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
So I might, but
I'm just saying, keep that on your radar. There's some good stuff in there. If you like
yeah,
Alien Resurrection, there's some good stuff.
it's one of those of like I'm aware of the engineers and how they're presented in that canon, and it's just a little too like
Nah, don't worry about that. Just I'm saying,
like I really dislike the idea of you're telling me that there's a humanoid race who are just like even tougher than predators.
yeah,
Like
no,
and but they're also nerds. Like
yeah,
get out of here.
no, don't worry about that. You just gotta worry about the ones where humanity's the UNSC or whatever's trying to deal with aliens and it never goes well.
Listen, we just want to breed aliens.
We just want to breed an alien king to dominate all the other queen aliens. And then they forgot that because they're more like bugs, the king alien was smaller than the queens and instantly got eaten. It's great. No, like that's the kind of thing you're like, yeah, no.
Yep.
Like, of course that's not
Like,
gonna work. It did not
so
work.
let's see. We know Hunter is clearly. We know StarCraft is clearly alien inspired.
Oh, Warhammer is clearly alien inspired, like 1,000%.
Yeah, like it's weird when I think of how old Alien is. Like 78, 79,
Oh,
the
it's like
first one came out.
it's a '70s movie and an '80s movie.
76? Is it 76?
Is it? Is it?
But yeah.
I'm looking. Yeah, it's 79.
Okay.
Alien is
But yeah.
79, and Aliens is 86.
And also weird to me how much more Hollywood was willing to keep running those movies compared to Predator. Predator had a good movie, a bad sequel, and then they just killed it for a decade
Yeah,
plus. Alien is like, oh, you had a good movie. Oh, we brought you back for kind of a legacy sequel. Now you get 2 more movies on top of that.
I think it's.
Even though they're...
I think because like as a monster, Alien is really good. There's a lot going on with Alien as a monster. There's the metaphor, so you get like a lot of metaphors and a lot of like
That is true.
representation between like as Alien the alien is the unknowable space monster that will get you, and then in Aliens as like the misunderstood, like you think that not it's kind of, I think it was like the Vietnam-esque, like, oh, we don't, these things are stupid, we're gonna kill them, and we're gonna get them, and then like just completely overwhelmed. You get a lot of like
Alien
stuff.
Alien is like the modern Frankenstein.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on that, and the alien is a very easily brush that you can like paint your message in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it will kind of work.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's. Do you have something you want to say about humanity? Alien might be the franchise for you.
It kind of works. It always,
Yeah.
you're always like, yeah, kind of works. Do you want like a class struggle allegory? It's like, I don't know. Well, what about this xenomorph in here? And you're like, hold
Let's
on.
try that.
Are you telling me that
And
we have a monster that like consumes and assimilates stuff? Huh. There's a lot
and
of,
then oh, and then what? Blade Runner is also clearly alien inspired.
yeah. There's a
The
lot.
same director who then just takes the, oh, well, why don't we explore the synthoids,
Yeah, since what if we make like a
synthetics?
really boring movie, but it's like really good, but it's also really
Yeah.
boring. It's that
Oh, it's so
specific kind
good
of
though.
sci-fi boring where you're like, man, this is
Yeah.
boring.
It's like Jay says on the
Red Letter Media.
whatever their YouTube. Yeah, of like you want Star Trek to either be complete action or complete boring. There's no in
Oh yeah,
between.
100%. Star Trek should be like the most boring. You're like, man, these people are just having a discussion.
Yeah, it's just Legend of the Galactic Heroes over here.
Hell yeah. That's why Legend of the Galactic Heroes rules. I fell off of Legend of the Galactic Heroes just because of Warcraft.
Yeah,
It still
that's
rules though.
understandable.
It still rules. Like I can 100% say not rules. You know what else rules? Parkour
Chicken genders?
Civilization.
Oh, there we go.
Parkour Civilization, the hot new trend or some
How
guy,
old is that first one?
I think it came out like late last year. This is fairly recent.
Okay. Okay. So it's like a year old.
Yeah, and that is, and I think what's one of the things where the guy has like his like either TikTok or YouTube shorts, and the movies are combined of all of them. So like he's releasing
Uh,
like, that's why it's structured like it is. It's
okay.
a compilation.
That makes more. So it's oh my god, it's like your weekly manga chapters.
Yeah. There's when people are making the joke that Parkour Civilization is a Shonen Jump manga, they are not wrong.
Okay.
It is similar to like Tails Gets Trolled. I would say that's like,
I can like yeah, okay. I can much it's a much easier way for me to understand reading that or Skibbity Toilet when I consider them.
yeah, like chapters. You're watching chapters
Uh-huh.
of it, and you're seeing like,
Yeah.
okay, here's this week's chapter is when he's going to get into a parkour battle with like the evil guy, and they're doing their Minecraft jumps. And you're like, all right, this week's chapter where we're going to learn about the backstory behind what happened, how Parkour Civilization was created.
Not even Satoru Gojo can perform the 360
Yeah, he can't do the
blindfold jump.
360 jump. And I think part of it is there's like, it feels genuine in terms of this is the,
Yeah,
it doesn't feel
yeah.
fake. It feels like when people were making Minecraft and they'd make like, here, I made a little jump course, and then like how that would escalate.
Yeah.
And the guy did put thought behind it. Like I watched stuff where he goes like, when we were concepting it, I did this map or made this little statue of like the 4 layers of the civilization, and I talked to stuff, and you're like, oh, he put work in. He put work in. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's you can see it. It is a love letter.
It feels like, yeah, this person watched a lot of like Shonen Jump. It's kind of like where in our days you'd see
It's
people
a
do stuff.
Delgo.
I would say were like our inspirations were stuff like like superhero comics, but now
Mm-hmm.
like the next generation, it's like it's Shonen Jump, Naruto, battle manga type stuff because that's where
Yeah, it was superheroes and Dragon Ball Z for us, and now it's just
yeah,
anime.
which is why like you have the battle systems and then the new battle system that goes on top. But also it's Minecraft because that was the game your mom bought you when you were 8 and you're still playing when you're like 12 because you know it's still Minecraft. It's still pretty good, but you don't have enough
Yep,
money to
it's
buy other games.
yep, it's and all your friends are on Minecraft already, so
Yeah, and you've already exhausted like we've built our castle, so now you're trying to come up with new things and do stuff. So now you're
yep,
doing like your jump battles, and it feels authentic.
yeah,
I
that
think
makes sense.
I think Parkour Civilization is pretty good. I do not recommend his other like he try like I started to try to watch his like I Survive and PvP Civilization, but it's like the same thing. It's one of those he has one gimmick and it works once.
Yeah,
And I also think the ridiculousness of it being like jumping on blocks in Minecraft blocks as like the basis of your society is a lot more silly and it works than like no, we're just
PvP.
yeah, just like we hit swords or whatever. It's like, no, that's not that doesn't have the thing of like we have to do backwards jumps in hell to escape the prison.
It doesn't have the flavor of Mary is sick, but so am I. Like
Yes.
it's the absurdity of that makes it unique and special.
When the villain
Everyone can just do fighting.
yeah, when the villain, the parkour villain says his ultimate plan is to enact a parkour race that is so hard that it cannot be completed, thus ending all of civilization. Because the race, as we know, once like the battle begins, it cannot stop. So if he makes a parkour race so hard, then you're stuck in it forever. He doesn't, and he won't compete in it. He's just like, nah, it's over. The infinite abyss, and you're like,
The
wow.
infinite Yomi.
Yeah, and you're like, this is stupid, but I kind of love it because it's all just people jumping on blocks. So
Yeah.
I like it. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Also, as I was talking with Drew before, this is a second monitor thing while you're doing something else. While you're
Yeah,
working on
this is
your
not a
Terry.
sit down and exclusively watch this.
No, you're not. This is not like what I did with Jenny Nicholson's Star Wars Hotel, where I made time and I watched that intently. This is nah. I had this on while I was doing like Warcraft dungeons,
Yeah.
and in that highly recommended. The kids are okay. Kids, you know what? Some of the kids media not bad, not bad.
Are you watching this or Skibbity Toilet?
Uh, well, I watch Skibbity Toilet whenever it updates. This is like kind
Uh,
of done, so like I'm done with it. I'm not watching infos or whatever like new updates. It's Skibbity Toilet. Just it'll come out every like month or like a minute, and then I'll click on it on my YouTube and I'll watch it. I'm like, okay, and then I'll make a post
one second,
about it.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
All right, it's pretty good. Don't worry about it.
I can't.
Oh, other than that, what? Am I going? Hello? Okay, I am going. I don't know if I'm showing up here. But anyway, I'm going to do that. Make sure it's showing up. Yeah, it is. Because, you gotta make sure. I'm also watching... Well, I am reading Dan to Dan. I'll have to talk about that later. It's okay. It's okay. There's... I don't know, Commander drama. Right now, Magic, I'm not really thrilled about the new set. I think there's a hard combination of the aggro deck is way too fast. The mouse fling deck, I think is way too quick, which means that it's kind of crowding out. You're getting like the hyper offense or the hyper defense, and I don't like it when Magic games are really short or really long. There's a good happy medium. that a Magic the Gathering game needs to be, and we're not there.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, I want to talk about Dan to Dan. So I read all of Dan to Dan, and it's okay. It's fine. I've added it to the like it's
weekly reading.
It's replaced Jujutsu Kaisen on my weekly schedule. So now it's Chainsaw Man and Dan to Dan. And I think Dan to Dan is like, it's not as good as Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's a lot better than My Hero Academia. That's my current. That's like my current rough.
I can see that.
Like there's sauce there. It's not perfect. There's some issues with it. I think it had an issue where it escalated too quickly. It felt like one of the final battles happened like 2/3 into it.
Yeah.
I also think we're getting into like the final arc or two of it. It kind of feels like we have 2 arcs to go and then it's done. Cause like romantically, like the 2 high school people have like confessed their love to each other.
So how much further can it really go?
Yeah, so it feels like, okay, so like the romance is nearing its conclusion, and now we just have to have like the paranormal fights near their conclusion, and I think we're done. But it's okay. Oh, you go.
I was gonna say, you know what else should go into your weekly rotation?
What's that?
Hunter x Hunter is back!
Oh, I haven't read the new Hunter x Hunter chapter.
Yep, new chapter just dropped. It's a lot of words.
Oh boy. Are we back to peak Hunter x Hunter, or is Togashi introducing even more powers?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Even more powers and like diplomacy.
Oh wow, yeah, there is one. Oh hell yeah, I'll have to read this sucker. I'm looking. Oh god, there's a lot. Okay, I can't read this during the podcast. It's not like sometimes Chainsaw Man you can do it, because Chainsaw Man is more about visuals. Listen, you just need to see. You need to see Old Age Devil stop that bullet and say that War Devil needs to grow up.
Yep. No, both of them do.
Yeah, they're not.
So I'm very excited. Oh, I haven't read today's. Was there a chapter today?
I don't know. Is there?
Tuesday's when it comes out, so I
usually check before we go. No, it's next week.
Okay.
Last one was October 1st. Yeah, that was when Chainsaw Man was picking up his blood donation and pointing at his mouth, and I was like, that's very silly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, ah. Yeah. One of the things I think Dan to Dan, at least at the beginning, it's very... It has, like, I would say crude, like, sex humor that...
Yeah, it does.
It feels weird until I realize that this is, like, Shonen Jump, and I think, like, like a 11 to 13-year-old boy would be way into... think it's a lot funnier that the aliens keep trying to talk about they want their dicks. When, like... As
funny and also just horny.
Yeah, and I'm like, this isn't it ain't doing it for me, Chief. But that kind of goes away. It's almost like they figure out, like, all right, we gotta kind of. It's like they don't tone it down, but just all right, it kind of stops.
It's we've hit the. I feel like does it stop around the time that he secretly starts working out to impress her?
It stops around, so there's like when the other guy shows up, that's kind of when it stops. So like I think basically the arc after the anime, so the current anime is not, it will be going through then, because you're gonna have the Loch Ness Monster traps them in the school arc where they all get into their underwear / naked. So you're gonna have that arc. Yep. But then afterwards,
so good.
Yeah. But then after that, it's gonna tone itself down. It's gonna tone down, and you're gonna be like, okay.
Okay, we got it all out of our system now.
Yeah. Listen, we entranced the horny teens. Now we can go back to power scaling, what they truly want.
Uh-huh.
Children want to know about powers. It's also, I think, it kind of, I think like the author really wants more to do like paranormal than alien stuff. Like also,
Mm-hmm.
one of the alien battle suits is just a xenomorph that shows up. So it's kind of like the alien stuff is more like haha reference, where like the yokai stuff is more interesting.
Well, okay, let me stop you there and ask you, is the paranormal stuff also haha reference, but you're not Japanese,
I think it's probably
so
that.
therefore it's more.
There's a lot of like yokai stuff where I'm like, oh, that's neat. That's neat how that works. But it's like, oh yeah,
Um,
no.
because that was a big thing of like Jujutsu Kaisen would be like, oh, like someone would explain like this is what like Sukuna's hand seal means when he does his domain. And it's like, yeah, this is just a part of Buddhism that most people in Japan would be familiar with.
It'd be like if they did
It's
the
like, oh.
if he did like the reverse Catholic thing,
Mm-hmm.
where like he did the Catholic chest on their, but you did it in reverse for your Satan power. In
Mm-hmm.
America, be like, oh wow, look at that, he's doing the he's he's throwing up the eating the the covenant or whatever.
Eucharist.
Yeah, he's throwing it up. See, it's opposite. But yeah, it's like,
Oh, religious imagery.
yeah, it's cool though. I like it. It's all right.
Mm-hmm.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I
I
make
my other problem with Dan to Dan is I can't not think about Invader Zim.
if
There's the episode with the
basically
FBI.
that entire show is Mordos Der Stolstealer
Mm-hmm.
to the point where I think Dan to Dan's dub is not being. I don't know if they're too old, but all the Invader Zim voice actors should be in that show. Like,
God, that would
the
be.
evil alien should
Yep.
just be Richard Horowitz, just doing his Zim voice. It'd be incredible. It would make that dub like, okay, now they get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the main glasses guy should just be the guy who's Dib.
Yep. And then Gaz should voice the main girl.
Yeah. Even though it's a bit weird, but like, yeah. No, there'd be another. No, there's like. No, there is a. There's not really gloomy girl. She just showed up.
There's the yeah, there's the other
There's popular girl. Current, like, main waifu girl is supposed to be like delinquent. Like, girl
mm-hmm.
delinquent. Because you pair girl delinquent with nerd.
Mm-hmm.
That's your romance
And
pairing.
really she should be voiced by the girl Erkin.
Yeah, that's what you would do it.
I just can't remember her name.
Yeah. She would be, I don't know the exact type, but she's like low pitched girl mentally.
Mm,
There's high pitched
yeah.
girl and low pitched girl, and she's a low pitched girl.
Mm-hmm.
High pitched
And
girl
then
should.
Grandma would be voiced by their teacher.
Yes, like 100%. Turbo Granny, which I do like.
Oh no, I meant the delinquent girl's grandma or
Oh
whatever.
yeah, like her like grandma that's just a
Her
hot lady.
auntie.
Yeah. No,
Uh-huh.
she needs to be. Yeah, she needs to either have an old lady voice or be voiced by. Is it Public who does uh Doctor or Mrs. the Monarch?
Oh yeah.
Like
No,
that's
it's
she.
Doc Hammer. Doc
Yeah,
Hammer.
Doc Hammer should voice her. That's the kind of voice she should have because she reminds me of like that character. But like it's
Honestly, I want them to obviously keep making whatever new thing they're making is, but I would love if they got more work as voice actors
Oh yeah.
because it's so good.
I also think it's like I think they're good. I just want more. So my tentative recommendation after 2 episodes, because me and my dad are watching Batman Caped Crusader, which is pretty good. I
That's
think
the new Bruce Timm Batman.
yeah, it's like it. Well, Bruce Timm produced, but
Mm.
it's basically like a Batman the animated series, but the art style and kind of tone of Brave and the Bold, but like serious. Like it's that kind of
Mm-hmm.
like this is clearly set in like golden age of comics era where like when Batman like bugs someone, he has to pull out like a big transistor radio to like listen in on it.
Oh,
And you're like,
I'm here for
"Okay,
that.
it's good." It feels classic in that kind of super science way that I'm really into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really into
I
that
know.
vibe, that retro
I saw.
futurism.
I read an interview with him about it, and apparently the show is a lot of like, this is some of the stuff we wanted to do when we were originally pitching the animated series before that evolved into like something else.
Yeah. There's a lot of like you see Batman doing detective stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Also, people get killed because they're able to do it.
Mm.
So like you get to see like, oh, they're just doing a murder. They're just shooting guns.
Is it for kids or no?
I would say it is not for kids, but it's for
Okay.
man children, which is why I like it.
Mm.
But it's
Mm-hmm.
not super for man children because remember like Detective Gordon in this is like a black guy. So
Mm-hmm.
woke alert.
Oh
Sound the
no.
alarms. You got to sound the alarm even though like it all works because the like every Batman character is just like an archetype anyway. You could make Bruce Wayne a black guy and it'd be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's
Yep.
all archetypes. It don't matter.
No, you couldn't. The police would be after Batman way faster if he was a black guy doing this.
That would which would be an interesting idea. As someone
Mm-hmm.
who I'd be like, actually, that'd be way more interesting.
If he was actually having to navigate the police.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's an inherent distrust. You could do stuff with it, similar to Alien. You could do stuff with Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Joker. I heard it was horrible. It seems like
Same.
something Nolan would have to subject himself to willingly, and then we could say, Nolan, how's Joker 2?
I fully expect to see a tweet within the week of like, all right, going to see Polia 2. Let's see how this is.
Yep. Because I didn't like Joker 1.
Joker 1 is fine.
I didn't like it.
It's again, it's got the thing of like, oh look, it's like a superhero movie, but it's like dealing with serious issues, and it's like, yeah, it doesn't make it fantastic because it attempted to do filmmaking 101,
It
y'all.
attempted to be a movie instead of like a cat instead of a look at this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I just didn't it didn't I didn't like it. It's not that I don't like that kind of movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the slow I don't like the slow psychological bad thing unless there's either like monsters or ghost. There has to be like some either sci-fi or paranormal element to it, and then I'm like, oh.
Did you like The Batman?
I haven't seen The Batman.
I don't think you're gonna like it.
That was one where like I haven't watched it because it's like 3 hours long.
It's way different than the Jackie Chan starring 2000 series.
I liked that The Batman. They did
It took about a half a season or something to get into it.
a lot of DC shows take about a half season to get rolling.
The worst problem the Batman had was it was following
Batman Beyond.
Batman the animated series,
It
and yeah, and Batman Beyond.
and Justice League. Like those were like
Uh-huh.
really strong. Like Batman Brave and the Bold succeeds because it just went like entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like here's goofy Batman. We haven't done that in like a while, and then you see it and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm into this. Yeah, Artemis is watching like all of like the Bruce Timm DC stuff, and apparently
Mm.
she took a detour during Justice League Unlimited to go watch all of Batman Beyond. So currently, she's talking about Batman Beyond. I'm like, yeah, Batman
Oh,
Beyond.
so good. Is she watching Static Shock?
I told her that
Cause
she doesn't
Static
have.
Shock's out.
I told her that she does not have to watch Static Shock, and that there's some good parts of Static Shock, but like if it starts to look too much like a PSA, you can just skip that one. Or if Shaq shows up as some kind of transforming basketball man, you have to watch that one. No, I was gonna say skip that, but like, no, that's terrible. You gotta watch it.
It's not just Shaq, it's all of the Lakers.
Yeah, it's bad. If his Richie is gear, skip it. Just throw it in the trash.
Yep.
So
But
basically,
if Richie's dad is being racist, you gotta
you
watch
gotta
it.
watch that one. That one's pretty good. You gotta watch. You gotta watch like 3 episodes. You could probably watch like the premise of Static Shock, like the first 2-part opening, and then you're good. Because that's where you get like him first fighting Ebon and like the fire guy, and then like you're like, okay, I get
I feel
this.
like so many characters just disappear from that show. Who go from like, oh, this is gonna be like a recurring villain or whatever. Nope.
No,
Oh, okay.
it's weird. Then there is a Batman Beyond crossover episode,
Uh-huh. Yep.
which is
And
also
Static Shock shows up in the Once and Future thing.
yeah. Yo, Batman Beyond's cool though.
Yep, that's probably my favorite Batman series.
I have to think about it. Like currently, I may say it's my favorite, but it's one of those things where like it builds upon like Batman the Animated Series a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's one of those where like the opening of Batman Beyond where Bruce Wayne is too old and he draws the gun does not have the heft if you haven't watched all of Batman. Like the first like you're like, "Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
This is where he's at."
I saw someone tweet the like scene where Terry's fighting the Joker and he's like, wait, I like to talk. And it's like, this is when he becomes Batman. And it's like, no, it's not.
No. He became
He
Batman
is Batman.
way earlier. There's like he becomes Batman at the end of the opening where he beats Blight or whatever.
Uh-huh.
That's
And
when
then he also like he confirms it whenever he like beats the robot suit.
yeah.
Like he beats his own bat suit.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great episode. He puts on like the Robin mask.
The Nightwing mask.
Yeah, that's cool.
Terry.
Man, there's a lot. Now I'm just thinking about Batman Beyond and like how that show has like every villain gets the worst ending in that show. I think every villain gets it super hard. Like the Fantastic Four with their powers just go on and they keep escalating.
I think I would argue Mr. Freeze actually gets a release from hell.
Yeah.
He goes from a head stuck in a storage cabinet to actually getting to die.
Yeah. The that intangible man just falling to the center of the earth.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ink stuck in that tube. And then that guy getting stuck in that tube. Oh.
April Moon.
April, man. Yeah, everyone gets it super hard in that show. They get it super hard. The guy who flies. What happens to the guy who fly? Like at the end of that episode where he talks about like the glass ceiling is to be broken with gamers. I know that's a sequel to where he was controlling like the robot with his mind, and then he got psychic powers. But how does that episode end? I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the guy who I think it just ends that he has like a fancy helmet to dampen his psychic powers, and he just gets put in jail.
Yeah, like I think it did end because like at all Batman Beyond, it ends worse for him at the end.
I think he just basically gets moved from juvie to like actual
He
prison.
puts to like Arkham, and now it's like
Yeah.
we're like, oh, poor guy. Listen, if he wasn't a shitty incel nerd, he could have cleaned up.
Mm-hmm.
You're buff and psychic powers. You could just clean up.
Yeah.
You do whatever you do whatever you want.
I like that he still got beat up by Flash and had to use his psychic powers.
Oh, of course.
Like Flash. No, sorry, not Flash.
No, the
That's
the
Peter Parker's bully.
yeah.
Nelson?
I don't remember. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's Nelson, as voiced by Seth Green.
Good.
But he agrees, like, it's like, okay, I'll fight you, but no powers. I can't fight powers. And then Nelson is winning.
Yeah. Of course. You can't do that. He's experienced.
Your psychic powers have made you soft.
Yeah.
Even when you think you're hard, you're not.
That's why you can't beat Terry. Terry's like Terry mess you up.
Yep. Terry has the impossibly high to reach bar that Bruce Wayne sets for perfection.
With the genetic
Unattainable.
disposition of Bruce Wayne. Because remember,
Uh-huh.
I'll never forget Bruce Wayne is like an Adonis specimen.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 6'7", like 250 cut.
Yep. No fat.
Just good lord.
Oh, the Ra's al Ghul episode?
Oh, is that the one where Raish is like in his daughter?
Yeah, he comes back in
Yeah,
Talia, but we don't know that.
yeah. And he's trying to make Bruce young again.
And man, that's weird. It's like, how do you think I feel? I kissed him.
No, it's good. You're selling me on Batman Beyond. Got the Royal
Oh,
Flush Gang.
uh-huh.
Love them.
Like it's like you said, it's the highest high because the animated series came before it and laid all the groundwork.
Yeah, like the Jokers are not as cool if you didn't experience all of the Joker in like Batman the Animated Series.
And then it makes perfect sense. Actually, hell, even the Dark Knight coming out here and suddenly everyone's like, "Oh, why so serious?" You're like, yep, 100%. There would just be this street gang is
Yeah,
life imitates art.
yeah. And then and it makes work so then when like the Joker comes back, it's the movie.
Uh huh.
It's a
That's the big one.
that's the movie. This is the one, and you're like, yeah,
I, the commentary for that movie is so good, where the laser is just moving through all the parking lots and buildings.
they were empty.
Yeah, those are all empty.
Yeah, don't
Okay,
worry
it's a
about it.
holiday. It's like, well, no, the parking lot cars, those are empty because everyone would be like in the mall. So yeah, that's fine. There's no
Yeah,
problem there.
yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the space laser coming in.
The egg baby episode
I
where
love
they
that Egg
wanted
Baby episode.
they wanted an Emmy for it and they were mad about it.
I think that's a good episode.
They submitted like ones they were proud of the prior years. It's like Ed snubbed every time, and it's like, who cares? Just give him egg baby, and then it wins. It's like, of course. Yep.
The one with like the slicers and that guy mutated into like the horrible monster.
Hmm. I like
Ace,
anytime Ace gets to help.
Ace the Bat Hound rules.
Oh, he's so good. He's a good boy.
You're like, oh man.
When Max thinks Terry is that one Joker.
Oh, Max is great.
Hmm.
Okay, who are you on the thing? Should Terry go for Max or Dana?
Dana.
I also agree, Dana.
Yeah.
I'm on team. No, it's Terry and Dana. That's how it works. I understand why people want Max because they themselves want Max. Like, I
Yep.
understand that. I think people need to look inside themselves and accept that that's why you're thinking this way.
Terry and Max are just friends, though.
Yeah, no, they're really good friends. It works
Hmm.
out. But you as the viewer are like, but I want Max. Cause yes, I would rather Max than Dana. Her name's Dana, right?
Yeah, it's Dana.
Okay, I thought so. I also suggested that when Artemis is done with with Justice League Unlimited Batman, the Green Lantern cartoon, it's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
It's shockingly good. You wouldn't think it, but
I mean, Bruce Timm's attached to it, so I would think it.
yeah, but it's good.
And
Young Justice is
oh,
okay.
oh, that's what the other one is. I was like, what else was coming out at the same time as that one?
It was
Because I
young.
know it used to be, yeah, you do Young Justice into Green Lantern into Korra.
Yep, that was the Saturday treat. When Korra was good too. I liked season 1 of Korra. I thought,
I think if you rewatch it, you'll be disappointed.
well, I think my Avatar: The Last Airbender hot take is I think the entire show first Avatar is like an 8 out of 10. I think it gets way too much credit. I think it gets way too much credit. It's still good.
I give it a 9 to a 10 out of 10.
See, I give it like an 8. I give it a strong
I really,
8.
I do really like it.
It's not. It's just there's just some parts I'm like, eh. Then again, like I think I did see it late. I saw it after like, I mean, I don't know. I just like I understand if it was really formative, how it would hit you harder than me.
Oh.
But I give Avatar an 8. But I think the 8 is like reasonable. It's not. It's not like a derogatory.
I can send you some cash to get something at Starbucks. Starbucks.
5 times.
Okay.
All right. Well, I gotta go.
Okay.
So thanks for watching.
See you, Kevin.
Bye.
Bye.
Later days.